Okay, cool. What city are you in right now? Did we cover that? Where are you at located?
Chicago. I'm in
Okay,
Chicago.
Chicago. Yeah. All right, cool. So how long you been at the new place? Where you at now?
March 1st, 2019. So seven
Okay.
years.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. I you said there's some building blocks that were helpful in making this transition. Can you touch base on a couple of those, or like what do you mean by that?
Well, I didn't really know how to make sense of it until I got to mortgage marketing animals, actually, because in ball at the better places, they've got really good, sports psychology was just coming on in the early 2000s as a thing.
Hmm.
And they really pressed upon the idea of working the process to get the results, and the results will take care of themselves. So
Hmm.
don't necessarily. I was never one to react as to the numbers. Like I want to hit 300 with 20 home runs and 80 RBIs. I was never one to do well with goals like that. But if I had a goal of I'm gonna go to the yard every day, I'm gonna watch the video, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do my T routine, and then I'm going to make a plan and I'm going to execute the plan and I'm going to live with the results. I started doing well. I mean, when I say well, I mean like I went from 10 home runs a year in 2002 to 27 in 2003 and, RBIs and stuff like that. So all of a sudden my results just exploded. Fast forward to mortgage, it's almost the exact same thing. You guys talk about this every single day where you work the process to get the results. Don't overthink it. And the results over time, trust the process, you'll get the results, but don't focus on the results. So if I come in and I try to have 13 to 15 conversations with human beings over the phone with intention to the right crowd, so not the 7-Eleven guy who I love, but people in the business or people who are previous customers, I tend to get better results. And so that's I think that's hats off to Carl on that really because I did not put that together. I was really aimless in mortgage at first. Just didn't really have a plan. No one really taught me a plan. And so I'm really thankful for that.
When did you touch marketing animals? How long have you been with the animals?
Oh, I started on the calls obviously earlier. I'm not a ready fire aim guy when it comes to stuff. I was going too fast even after I joined mortgage marketing analyst, which maybe would have been a year ago. But
Hmm.
I did one of the coaching groups for a little bit with Steve, and on one of them I was so busy I was on one of them thinking that I was on time. I get on to the call and Steve is just signing off. He's like, "See ya," like that, and I was like, "Oh, I missed it." I am that on that backwards on my schedule right now, and I dropped out at that point because I'm like I still am not ready time wise. But then after that, I just stayed in. I stayed in, and the accountability group was really kind of my next level too.
Hmm.
Call
Hmm.
stars, call stars.
Yeah. So, when did you dial in on Call Stars, starting to make that more of a consistent thing?
Probably about 6 months ago, and I will say I still have a ways to go when it comes to the dedication of the call block and the whirlwind, and avoiding the whirlwind getting me picked up. But it's a process. You grow into it. Things change. Your priorities change. You have the experiences, and it'll get better. Where I can truly sign off on stuff and be a Monday through Thursday. There's going to be a week where I go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I call exactly who I'm supposed to call every single day for 2 straight hours. It's going to happen. Then there's going to happen for 2 weeks in a row, then 3 weeks, then 4 weeks, and that's probably where my volume takes its next quantum leap. I'm sure of it.
Mm. Ha- Has your volume taken some kind of a leap since you've been going with Call Stars?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm already yeah, I'm already pretty close to last year's full volume, which was not bad. It was good. It's really good. And so I should, made my my company's sales conference or whatever for the first time for 2025's volume and in units. And um, yeah, it absolutely has made a difference. The accountability of call stars I really appreciate because it's usually the same group. There's the same sort of core group,
Hmm.
and we're all kind of doing the same thing. I'm on the West Coast call stars because my it's one of the ways that I evolved is the first couple hours I just conceded that my agents in my market, my type A's, type A is for agent, Frank. I don't know if you knew that, but um, in the first couple hours, I just conceded that I needed to get my email first, and then after that, I should get on the call. So I go on the West Coast call stars.
Got it. Got it. So you kind of modified it a little bit to fit what works for you. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. Tell us about the results. Like what, like how was April, May? Like how have you done this year or this quarter, last quarter, or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, last year I was at about 34 million, and this year I gotta be at maybe 30 million year to date.
Hmm.
April was a banger. April was my biggest month. It was 19 units or something for seven and a half or 7.7 or something like that. That
Wow.
was it was interesting just watching and listening between April and March how March was good. It was like 11 units for like 5.7,
Hmm.
but how much easier April was as compared to March was
Hmm.
crazy. It was 8 more units and $2.50 more, but so much easier. And my assistant and I don't don't seem to understand why, but it was a lot more of me staying at the front end doing originations, going to the mortgage marketing event and talking to people has been particularly valuable. I would say if there was anything, anointing it as to kind of what is it, it's really getting out of the silo of your own company and seeing and feeling what other people are doing, so that's validating your feelings. Like
Hmm.
I feel like I'm really busy with non-origination activities, and you go to the events and somebody else is like, yeah, because you are busy with
Hmm.
stuff that you shouldn't be doing. It's like, good,
Hmm.
I'm glad I feel that way.
Hmm.
So the events have been really awesome too.
Hmm. You know, it's interesting, team. It was my kid Joey. He's a mortgage broker, and he's gone through his roller coasters and whatnot. And recently, like happens to a lot of us in the business, he said, "Gosh darn it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to make all my calls. And I'm going to do my things. I do all the things I know I'm supposed to do. All the things I'm taught in animals, right?" And he starts doing it. He starts doing it, and then all of a sudden, he's busy as all get out, right? And his wife or his fiance was like, "Yeah, it's so weird. It's just coming out of nowhere." And I go to Joey and I go, "You realize it's not coming out of nowhere, right?" He goes, "I know." He goes, I know." It's like, no, it's here. Like you did all the stuff, like Jody's saying, you just stuck with the process, and now here it is. That's where it came from, So that's just how it is, right, Jody? I mean, it is just focusing on that process more than anything else.
It's definitely that, and a lot of Carlisms are ringing true in my head. Just be Bob, like not overthinking it. Tony Gwynn said it in baseball: hitting is boring because you're doing the same thing over and over again, thousands and thousands of times. I I do I do think that I'm still evolving from the, you know, I want to be liked all the time kind of kind of
Hmm.
thing, because I do have trouble. I do struggle a little bit still with reaching out to new agents, even when they're the listing agent, and it was a fantastic transaction. I still have I don't know, anxiety about that. I don't know. I can't explain it, but every single time, really, it's happened. Like it happened on a transaction in March where I reached out to an agent, the listing agent, on one that went super fast, clear to close super fast, closed on time. It was like a 2.5 week close. I never called the listing agent, and then I finally decided I'm gonna do this, and so I call, and the guy was like, "I'm so glad you called. I thought the transaction was great. I didn't call you because the agent, something happened at the end of the transaction where he thought the buyer's agent would be upset if he reached out to me. And I'm
Wow.
like, how did you ever think that? But in the end, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is I was telling myself a story about what the guy might be saying if I tried to call him and grow, and I think most of the people who are in growth mode, on the listings and on the agent side, I think they get it. I think I need to be a little bit more forgiving and a little more graceful with myself a little bit to say, he might want to talk to you or she might want to talk to you,
Mm.
and it's okay if they don't. And, but I think we all have this, I want to be likable and I don't want to bother people thing, um, that is difficult to grow through still. I mean, it is, but I'll get there.
It's so interesting. I would just never think a guy like you would feel that way. Do you know what I mean?
I,
I just,
I, I,
yeah,
I think we're just all human, man. And in the end, I have to live with the idea too, how an 85%, see, in mortgage, it's 15, 16%. That's the success rate, right? That's
right.
that's eight, that's an 85% fail rate. That's that's tough. Like that's not a good batting average in my universe. That's still pretty low. So I knew when I was hitting that average as a baseball player, I felt pretty bad for myself. Yet this is you have to trust the numbers. It's a total trust leap of faith thing where you keep on going and you keep going. Eventually you will water finds its level and you will eventually stick with the numbers. Just get through the awkwardness of what it is when you're first reaching out. And I'm I sort of found my words, which is like, I'm looking to grow. I'm looking for
Mm.
people who are looking for me.
Mm.
This is how I work. This is how I work my business, and this is what we do. And if you want to link arms with me, I'm ready to match energy to energy. And some people have been like, yeah, let's try some stuff out, and so it's been great.
Hmm. So you're in the Chicago area. Is that where you're doing pretty much all the biz? Are you going to expand out, try different states or anything like that? Or you think you got enough where you're at?
I'm licensed in 8 states, and one of the things that, but it's primarily here, is where the business comes from.
Mm.
But one of the other things that I think I'm willing to concede is that if I want to grow substantially, it's got to be outside of my market because my market here is tough. It's an attorney state. The expectations are super high. There's some really big time loan officers and teams here that have really, really good setups, strong setups, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week with a
Mm.
team in place. So when you're competing with those types of loan officers, you just simply have to have your own place, your own rules. And I'm ready to say that I'm not available 24/7 because there's nothing good that comes out of that. Um,
Right.
and those loans that start on the weekend, I think I was talking about this on one of the Call Star events, or one of the Call Star sessions, earlier. The odds people were I think the subject was people, when people reach out to you on a weekend and want stuff done really, really quickly, like kind of what do you do, and you know how do you react to that? And my comment, my add to that was my data, like my history of stuff starting on a weekend and me holding it into Monday, Tuesday next week without that person shopping, they're super low. Like that person does not respect your time, so they are going to shop on Monday, Tuesday.
Mm.
So give it a half effort. I mean, ask them to apply, get their letter out, but don't go whole hog on it because my data, my history, my experience says this is not going to end well. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with the type of client that's reaching out to you. So what happened
Mm.
just yesterday? Somebody Saturday night texts me and is like, "Hey, I submitted an application looking at this property. It's 1.4." I know for a fact that this person's story is super complicated. I just shook my head. I was going out to watch the World Cup and the finals and stuff, the NBA finals. And I was like, of course, on Saturday night. So I gave it a modified effort so that I honored the agent who made the referral
Mm.
and asked for documents immediately. They provided all of them. So they were engaged and we did the letter and that was it. And it's like any other conversations we can talk about today. But I was happy with the fact that I didn't like jump on the phone and put everything down and put my family to the side and all that stuff. because a few years ago I probably would have.
Mhm. I got a kind of a final question here. And if any questions, put them in the chat real quick. We'll try and field them, but we will try to get out of here on time. Uh, so it's interesting how you're kind of self-evaluating and things like that. I got an interesting question for you. Like if you could just take step out of yourself and look at everything you've got going on and everything uh your process and the way you're running conducting your business, but step outside of that as if it wasn't you. I mean, what advice would you give yourself? Does that make sense? Like looking at
Yeah,
yourself, like what advice would you give yourself? Somebody else comes to you, lays out this picture, but this is your picture, Jody, right? But you're the one that's going to evaluate what you need to do. What would you say your advice is to yourself? And the reason I'm asking that in this way is I think a lot of people are identifying with you right now in a big way, right? So I think that
mm.
that will just help everybody, if that makes sense.
If there was a way to press fast forward my education on my discipline in mortgage, if there was something that I could put up on my wall to help me grow faster, there'd be a couple. There's like this live quote thing that I should probably do. And one of the placards would say, "Don't answer that." Where it's like an
Hmm.
email comes in or something and you saw an email. I actually took, the thing on your on the PCs where your email can flash up on the bottom right of your
Yeah.
screen. I actually deactivated that so I couldn't see emails coming in. I know I kind of peek at that little icon at the bottom where it's got a little letter that shows when you got a new email, and I kind of sting myself every time I see it. Um, but I think if I could get the discipline side of it early and grow in the comfort and knowledge and truth that nothing bad is going to happen if it takes an hour or two, even if the other side's insistent. If it takes an hour to two to get back to someone who's not interested in doing a new loan with you and have that be just the simple truth, I will grow faster earlier. I just need to get over myself a little bit in that respect.
Awesome, man. Jody Gerut, everybody. Thank you so much. What a pleasure it's been to hang out with you and chat. Have fun on your trip tomorrow and with all the stuff you got going on. And we really appreciate you taking the time to join us and just kind of let us know what's going on in your world, man. Hey, words of advice: call stars, pro, con. What do you
Oh,
say?
call stars is where it's at. Call stars is the accountability. Call stars by itself is worth the price of admission. I haven't even given any allegiance to the website just yet, and it's so packed with information and so awesome. And I haven't used a single bit of the, of the website yet, and there's so much good stuff on there. Call stars and accountability and things like the blitzes, it's absolutely worth the price of admission because of how much extra business you'll do.
Wonderful. Awesome, man. Thanks, Jody. Super appreciate you. With that, guys, don't forget next Monday, you can join even if you're not a member. The link is already in the chat because Justine has read my mind. So it's already there. It's joinmmacallstars.com. You don't want to miss that. We'll go ahead and get on out of here. It's the top of the hour. Jody, thank you so much, man. Such a great pleasure. Hope to have you back again soon. Enjoy your travels. And for
Thank
the
you.
rest of you guys, it is Monday. You know what to do on Mondays, right? Well, if you don't, you should get a hold of somebody at Mortgage Marketing Animals. But let's focus on Call Stars this coming next Monday. That is joinmmacallstars.com. Be sure to go there, join the team, get some deals in the door. Jody, thank you so much. For the rest of the team, we say adios. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody.
Hey, thanks for checking out the highlights of today's Loan Officer Breakfast Club live call. Remember, you can join us live every day, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday at breakfastclubzoom.com. If you'd like to see full replays, you can get those by becoming a member over at Mortgage Marketing Animals Next Level. If you want to learn more, go to mmanextlevel.com. And thanks for joining us here at the Loan Officer Breakfast Club website. For that, we'd like to give you a free gift. If you just scroll down to the bottom of the page, we always have a giveaway for you, something really cool. With that, you have a great one. We'll catch you on the live call. See you then.